Hello and welcome to Creating Characters, the third Moviestorm tutorial. This tutorial was designed for Moviestorm Early Access version 1.04. I'm going to show you how to create and customize characters and how to save characters to stock. So the easiest way to add a character to your movie is to fetch one from stock. And the stock is sort of a repository for all the characters you've created in the past. You can save a character to stock and they'll be available for use in any of your movies. To fetch a character from stock, click on the stock icon, which is this one here. This is a stock box full of all the characters that you've got saved. You'll also find that there are characters here that have been provided by default with Moviestorm. I'm going to choose a character from the Music Video 02 pack. I'm going to choose Christina here. So when you find the character that you want to add, just click the green check to accept. There we are, you can see Christina has been added to my movie. It's important to note that any changes I might now make to Christina will only be applicable to this particular movie. The version of Christina which is stored in stock will remain the same. I'm going to add Christina to the set using a place here command. If you want to know more about adding characters to the set like that, take a look at the previous tutorial in this series, Giving Instructions. So to modify the character that's currently selected, you need to switch to the character shop view, which you can do using this button at the top here. You can see there's a choice of different costumes from Christina on the side there, and a preview model showing me what she currently looks like on the other side. I can rotate that preview model simply by left clicking and dragging. You might find that some of the costumes that you've got available are slightly different to the ones that I've got here. Don't worry about that, it's going to vary depending on what content packs you've got installed, so yours probably are quite different. So, what modifications can we make here? Well, we can change the sex of the character first of all, simply by clicking on the tab up here. That's made Christina male. Now the reason that it looks like an alien is simply because that's the top of the list of content packs that I happen to have installed is the Sci-fi 01 pack, which provides those alien heads. So let's pick a slightly more suitable costume. I'll choose this one. This is from the stand-up pack, I think. There we are, shirt and trousers, that's a bit better. Once you've chosen a costume from the list, you can often refine it even further by hovering over the individual parts of them and left-clicking. That'll bring up a menu full of choices. On this particular costume, you can see I have a choice of changing the jacket, the t-shirt, the pants, or the shoes. Some of these will provide you with this button, the change colour button. That means that that particular costume is tintable. So I can click that button and choose any colour that I like, and that will tint that particular part of the costume in that colour. Let's move on to the face tab now, which is where I will stop this character looking like an alien. You can see there's a choice of different heads that I can apply to this model. I'll choose this one here. Looks a bit better. Let's just rotate and have a better look at that. And again, in the same way as with costumes, with the heads you'll have a choice of a number of different textures to apply. And you can scroll through in exactly the same way. Left click to select, then left click to scroll through the different options. You can also often change the colour of your character's eyes. Now this is a little bit tricky to manage. You have to select the eyes there. Wait till they turn yellow like that. Left click. You can see you have a choice of different iris colours there too. The beard tab is the next one along. Obviously that's only available for male characters. And you can choose a variety of facial hair here. And again the same thing applies. Simply left click to add that to your model. The hair tab actually covers all hats and headwear as well as hair. You can see there are a number of hats and a number of hair choices that you can choose in this particular tab. I'll go for this one here, which is actually a combination of a hat and hair. There you can see that's added hair to the character as well. And again, I can change the colour of his hair in more or less the same way as I did before. I left click and scroll on to select. Now making that change, the sideburns don't match anymore. That's not a problem, I can change those again still, just by left clicking on here and moving on. I don't need to be on the beard tab to make those changes. If I'm simply changing the colour, I can do that at any time. The final tab is the accessories tab, where you can add all sorts of things such as glasses and earrings and headphones. You can add as many of these as you like. Just left click to select the ones that you want to add to your character. Left click again to deselect if you change your mind. You can combine them in all sorts of strange ways. If you want to add 2 pairs of glasses you can do, but it looks a bit silly, so I wouldn't advise it. When you've finished making changes to your character, you can choose to either save the character to stock or directly back to your movie. If you want to save the character to the stock box, use this icon here, the green check with the green box in front of it, and that will save the character out to stock and make it available for use in any of your movies from now on. If you want to just save the changes to this particular movie, use the standard green check there, and that's what I want to do in this case. So I'll just click Keep Changes, and there we go. If you want to rename a character, you need to open up the Edit Character box, which uses this button here. Now, when you rename a character, Moviestorm will resave your movie, so you need to make sure that any changes that you've made up until this point you want to keep. So left click in this box, you can see Moviestorm is warning me that this is going to force a save, and that's not a problem. I'll name this character Chris, which is a little bit more manly. Click the green check, and there we are, the character's renamed and that movie has been saved. Whilst we're on this tab, let me also show you the colour button, which is a very useful little tool. I can change the colour that's used to represent each individual character by clicking on the button and choosing a colour there. So you can see I've now made Chris use the red colour, which means that all actions on the set that Chris performs will be represented with a red colour, including the footsteps on the set. If you set each character to a different colour, it can make it much easier to tell them apart when you get into complicated scenes. When you're finished on the character sheet, just click the cross there to close it down. There we are. If you want to create a new character entirely from scratch, the process is very much the same. You just need to use the New Character button, which is this one here next to the Stop button. Moviestorm will first of all prompt you for a name for the new character. When you've added the name, click the green check, and you'll be into the character shop again. And again, Moviestorm has chosen the costumes at the top of my asset list, which in this case happens to be an alien in her underwear. Well, let's make her slightly more dignified. Make a few quick changes. There we are. When you're happy, exactly the same. You can save to stock or you can save back to your movie. I'll save back to the movie. In the next tutorial, we'll look at how to change your set. Thanks for watching again.